welcome back to the Cousins of the Cosmos podcast, episode 50. The big 50.
Your hand is right in my
face. I'm sorry. Whoops, I'd be forgetting there's a camera right there.
Yeah, man.
The big 50. The big 50. Yeah. We've made it to 50 episodes. That's crazy. So this episode is going to be our kind of 2026 wrestling predictions, what we think is going to happen in 2026. Now, this was our first episode.
It was one of the first ones.
It was definitely very early on. We did our 2025 wrestling predictions. Yeah. So I went back the other day and I watched that episode, and I took notes on every prediction that you and I made for what was going to happen in 2025. So before we get into our actual predictions for this year, we're gonna go back and
look back a little bit. Yeah,
look at what
we got it.
So I'm gonna start. I'll go through mine and then I'll just go through yours.
Okay.
So my first one, big one. I predicted that AJ Lee would return. I predicted she would return in the Royal Rumble. That didn't happen at the Royal Rumble. No. But I was still right. She did return. It was just later than the Rumble. I predicted Drew McIntyre would win the World Heavyweight Championship. That unfortunately did not happen.
No. They won't pull that trigger.
Jordan Grace would be signed and show up in the Rumble. I did get that right, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I know she got signed. She showed up in the Rumble, though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think so.
I also predicted that Rey Fenix and Ricky Starks would be signed and would be headed to WWE. And I also predicted that Ricky Saints would go to NXT rather than the main roster. So that's a good prediction right there that I got right. I predicted that they would officially sign somebody from the WWE ID program. I don't believe that happened.
I don't think so, no.
Also, it seems like a lot of people are leaving the WWE ID program. So it seems like the complete opposite of what's going on. Call-up wise, when it came to the NXT crew that I thought would be called up in the year of 2025, Drake Williams did not happen. Roxanne Perez did happen. Cora Jade definitely did not happen. Unfortunately, got released. Tony D'Angelo did not happen. He actually got a character change rather than a call-up, and he's still in NXT. Ethan Page didn't happen, but it kind of has because he has showed up on SmackDown a lot with Chelsea
I won't
Green.
say it's like official, but
he's definitely not staying up there, but
no.
He's made some appearances, and I also said that Fatal Influence would be called up, which has not happened either.
That needs to happen.
I did say that Julia would win the NXT Women's Championship. That did happen, although it was a very short run.
Very brief, yeah.
But she did do it. This was a funny joke. I predicted in 2025 that Flair would return. And then we went on a whole tangent about which Flair I was talking about. So I got one right. Charlotte did come back and win the Rumble. Ric Flair did not return. Thankfully. Which I then later found out, ladies and gentlemen, apparently, because he was in AEW, apparently he wanted to wrestle. But they made sure to put in his contract that he would have no physical interaction because they didn't want to be. Yeah. They didn't want to be liable for that.
Right.
I predicted that Charlotte would win the Royal Rumble and face Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. That did happen. I said that John Cena would win it all and that his final opponent would be Randy Orton. So I kind of got the first part right. He won the WWE title. He won the IC title.
He did win it all.
But he faced Randy Orton very early on after the heel turn there. So I think he was his first opponent after the heel turn.
Yes.
Oh, after WrestleMania.
Yeah. I do believe so, yeah.
I predicted that Finn Balor would be pushed to the moon. That didn't happen, unfortunately. Did not happen.
Poor man.
Yeah,
honestly, opposite. I feel like he's just been on TV less more than anything.
This one might be my actual biggest one of where I'm gonna wrap this all in. I pretty accurately predicted John Cena's retirement.
Yeah.
I said that John Cena would beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania and win the WWE Championship. I predicted that he would then drop it back to Cody Rhodes, and then he would go after the IC title.
Yeah.
And that he would retire at Saturday Night's Main Event. Yeah. So the retirement tour, I kind of predicted the whole thing. So that was pretty cool. All right, so that was all of my kind of predictions of 2025. I feel like I did pretty good. I only got a few wrong.
Not bad. Yeah.
Theo's, your first one. You shouldn't have even predicted this because it was so far off. You predicted that Jimmy Wang Yang would return, specifically in the Royal Rumble.
I was hopeful. I'm hopeful every year. I'm going to be saying the same thing again.
Your second prediction was that Jey Uso would win the Money in the Bank, which did not happen. He won the Rumble. So almost there.
Almost there. Close.
You predicted that Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley would be feuding until 2050, which has not happened. They have not touched since.
We have to wait till 2050 to see if that one's true.
You were almost right about this, but NXT saved the day. You predicted that WWE Speed would die.
I'm shocked. It's holding on by a thread somehow.
NXT picked it up and it's still holding on. You predicted that Fraxium would have the feud of NXT, which did not happen.
It did not happen at all.
You predicted that Obafemi would win the NXT title, which happened twice now.
Twice.
So that's a good one. You predicted that the New Day would have the best storyline of 2025.
Man,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
For some reason, you predicted that Bronson Reed would kill Akira Tozawa with a bunch of tsunamis. I'm not even sure if that happened, but I feel like it probably did. So
That probably on like a live event or something like that.
Maybe,
That should be like case.
I feel like it may have happened on Raw.
That's so fucking funny for me.
I
to
feel
say
like
that.
there was a time when he came back and he did lay out the Alpha Academy.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't a bunch of tsunamis, I don't think, but I think Tozawa did take a tsunami.
Oh, that's still so funny. I don't know what I had against Akira Tozawa that day.
I don't know, man. Your next one was that Judgment Day would end, and in parentheses you said, please, please, please.
I remember the please part, and I'm still upset that did not happen.
Did not happen. You predicted that Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser would feud. That did not happen.
At least Ludwig Kaiser's doing some good stuff.
You predicted that the Street Profits would win the tag titles, which I do believe happened.
Yeah, that happened like briefly, I think.
You predicted that Austin Theory would turn face, which honestly he's been gone for a majority of 2025 at this point.
Yeah, he's been
this is probably your biggest prediction. Mm-hmm. You predicted that Dom would become a top guy and would win a mid-card championship.
I did predict that accurately, yeah.
So you did not specify the IC or US, you just said one of the mid-card.
Well, I knew it was going to be one of the mid-cards for sure.
Right.
I'm like, I know this kid's going to the moon, so.
Right. And your last one, you predicted who John Cena would face during his retirement tour. Mm-hmm. You predicted Randy Orton, CM Punk, Miz, Gunther.
All right, there we go.
Braun Breaker, Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, and R-Truth.
Okay, I'm like
you got
like 2/3 right there, somewhere around there.
And I have a couple of notes here that weren't predictions. These were just things that we kind of said off the cuff. We said LA Knight's cooked, which honestly, at this point, I would say no, because as of recording this past Monday, he did get like obliterated by the Vision.
Yeah.
But that's kind of part of the idea of him kind of coming back stronger. So I think he actually might be on the up and up. So in 2025, he was cooked.
He was cooked.
In 2026, though, I feel like
I've been
might
thinking
be
about it.
back up.
Like I'm kind of getting a little more hyped now.
We both predicted or hoped that Big E would come back and get his lick back on the New Day. Did not happen. We both predicted that Tiffany Stratton would cash in and win the Women's Championship. Yeah. We both predicted that Rey Mysterio would get revenge on John Cena.
Should have happened.
I don't think we predicted. We were hoping.
We were hoping,
yeah. Which didn't happen. And we were hoping for a John Cena versus Carmelo Hayes match, which did not happen.
That would have been so good.
Yeah. So those were our 2025 wrestling predictions. I feel like I did a little bit better than you did. You had some kind of outrageous ones, but that's how you kind of always are. Yeah, you like doing the witty, wild
I like having
shit.
some fun ones, man. I need them to mix it up.
But overall, I think it wasn't too far off from everything. But all right, we got our. You said you didn't write anything down. I wrote down a ton of stuff.
I've got one right off the top of my head. I want Judgment Day to end. Please, 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 please. 4 times this time. The 4th one, I think, is going to be the one that does it in. Right.
All right, my first prediction is Braun Breaker will win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty clear-cut one. It's already looking like it's shaping up to be that way, and I'm going to be very excited when that happens because I've been a big fan of this man for years now.
I also am predicting that, sadly, The Undertaker will return for a match.
Oh, no.
The Royal Rumble is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
it seems like something could happen here. So that's my real prediction is Undertaker is gonna come back, unfortunately. Another return though. I'm predicting Chris Jericho will return. Okay. I don't know how long he's gonna be there. Hopefully not too long. Right. But I'm okay with him getting a little bit of a retirement run. Not a John Cena retirement
tour. No, definitely
not
like a retirement tour.
But a run where he has a couple matches, maybe has one more WrestleMania match, and then hangs them up. I feel like he'll return at the Rumble. I feel like that'll be a big surprise.
He's done it before. WrestleMania 42. Is it 42? Or is that what we're going on to? I think WrestleMania 42 is going to be another mid-WrestleMania.
It's that Las Vegas curse.
It's that Las Vegas... Exactly. It's the Las Vegas curse. I think it's going to be another mid-WrestleMania.
I think the New Day will be reverted back to baby faces.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Maybe
I feel like,
a little bit later down the line.
Right. I feel like not off like January or whatever, but by like maybe September or later. I feel like Triple H will give up on this idea of them being heels and we'll be like, we're going to get more money and more of a reaction if you guys just put the unicorn horns back on. So, my Money in the Bank predictions here.
Okay.
I am predicting for the men, either Dom or Carmelo Hayes are winning the men's Money in the Bank in 2026.
I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be Dominic Mysterio. I can absolutely see that man walking around with that case and everything. I think those two are gonna go make a great pair.
Okay. For the women, I'm predicting Chelsea Green or Roxanne Perez are winning the women's Money in the Bank.
Ooh. I think it'd be very fun if Roxanne ends up winning.
Right, especially the Judgment Day still
with
going
the Judgment Day still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict the Royal Rumble winners.
Mm-hmm.
For the women, I'm saying AJ Lee is going to win the Rumble, and for the men, I'm going to say Braun Breaker is winning the Rumble.
Ooh. I'm not gonna say that Braun's gonna win the Rumble. I'm gonna say Braun's gonna win Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a little more. Like, I'm not saying he can't be dominant in the Royal Rumble. He's gonna be dominant in the Royal Rumble.
He's gonna have a crazy
but you put that man in the Elimination Chamber, I think he's going to pop off and have an incredible performance there. I think that's where he's gonna win, and then go for that World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. All right. I feel like whatever one he wins, the WrestleMania match is him versus CM Punk.
Yeah, that's it for sure. Yeah.
So that's gonna probably be the main event of night one.
Night one, yeah.
Unless there's a women's story that's bigger, but we know how Triple H operates.
Oh, you know who's gonna win? Roman's gonna win the Royal Rumble, so they can do Roman Cody 3.
That was my night 2 main event.
That's
gonna be
that's
the
what it's
main
gonna
event
be.
Night 2.
Roman's win Rumble, and then Braun's gonna win.
I feel like you could even flip
Chamber.
though. I feel like you can go either way.
They can flip, but I feel like those two winning those two matches make more sense to me.
Right. Some breakout stars that I want to talk about for 2026. I'm going to say on the main roster, I believe Carmelo and Roxanne will be kind of the real breakout stars on the main roster.
I hope it happens. I need that for Carmelo.
Right.
He's been having great performances, but he's just not been.
As of recording this last night of SmackDown, they were chanting his name when he saved.
The people want Melo.
So
give us Melo.
Right. And for NXT, this girl Kendall Gray, who's been kind of pushed a little bit, I think she's got some Kurt Angle vibes, bro.
Okay.
She's up there, and this dude Zosiah, who hasn't debuted yet, but they just signed him like a couple months ago. I watched some of his clips. I'm like, oh, this kid. If they get him on TV in 2026, I think he's gonna be up there.
I know he's kind of pretty much, I think, a double champion right now. But Ethan Page, I can definitely see him getting called up. And
I got the figure over there somewhere.
He's over there.
He's over on the stage.
I think he's gonna get called up. I think he's going for a mid-card title, probably a U.S. title.
I love me some Ethan Page, bro.
Yeah, he's so good.
I got an Ethan Page T-shirt in my drawer too. I say in 2026, hopefully, I'm predicting that Julia's booking will be improved.
Yes, she needs that. I mean, I know she was like Intercontinental Champion,
U.S. champ,
but it was a bit lackluster.
She needs that IC title.
She needs the IC title.
She needs the workhorse title.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think NXT wise, Jordan Grace will win the women's championship at some point, and I think even though he's been pretty prominently on the main roster, I think Javon Evans will be the NXT champion at some point.
Right.
My thoughts on that. Well, I'll go into my call-ups here for who I think will be called up.
Yeah.
Obafemi, Trig Williams.
Yeah.
JC Jane, Tony D'Angelo, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, and Sol Ruka. Those are who I'm predicting will be called up throughout the year 2026.
Yeah, those are all good names.
Yeah. Because recently we've seen Javon on TV on SmackDown and Raw a lot, but I don't think that's going to be. I don't think they're calling him up. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a case of they're going to call up Obafemi and Trig Williams. They're going to need an established guy to kind of stay down there and be the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
It's going to be Javon Evans. He's going to be NXT champion for.
They're already doing
a
pretty good job of leading him into that NXT title role already, so I can definitely see that.
So I think he'll be the guy that kind of gets. I mean, it in one way it sucks because you kind of get left behind, but at the same time he's going to be like the face of NXT for. And I'm not saying he's going to be down there the whole year, but he's going to be down there for a while they try and build up some new.
Even
names.
if he is, he's a very young guy. He still has so many years in front of him. Like there's many like WrestleMania matches, world title matches, and stuff like that ahead of him. Like he's good.
Right. All right. Well, that's kind of all my wrestling predictions, and we're only 15 minutes in here, so I'm going to need you to lock in and come up with some.
This may not be so much of a prediction as much as it is like a hope, but I really, truly do hope that this tag team division across the board gets some sort of improvement here in like booking or care in any sort of way, because it has been just awful this whole past year.
Right, I agree.
It's just like I need some sort
of
on
both sides, really.
Both sides, even on the
SmackDown.
NXT
SmackDown's been it's probably the best out of the three.
Yeah,
but
even then, it's still like
all three are pretty bad. They've definitely gotten the most showcased with the two different like TLC matches and they had the Machine Guns and DIY had a match at the Rumble.
Yeah,
so they've definitely gotten a few opportunities, but it's been very few and far between.
Yeah, really, it needs some help. Right, it needs some resuscitation.
But especially Raw, because when I look at Raw, I feel like. Don't kill me because I'm going off the cuff, but I feel like New Day and like the War Raiders are really only the only like legitimate, not legitimate because like there's other actual tag teams, but they're the two best ones, and the rest are kind of like just there.
Right.
Whereas
or
at least
the
on
others
SmackDown,
are like factions and stuff
right?
like that.
At least on SmackDown, you got DIY, the Guns, Street Profits, Fraxium, even like Berto and Angel, even though they don't get pushed, they're great, and they're a established tag team.
Right.
Maybe in 2025 or 2026, I'll say that maybe they finally get a bit of a push and actually get
I
to
would like
actually
to see
do
them
something.
get a bit of a push.
Because they're great, and they don't
really,
get to
really
do
good.
shit, man.
That'd be awesome for them.
Yeah.
Even
That
if
would
it's
be.
just like a month or so with the tag championships or whatever, just something
Right.
to get them in the limelight there, because I think they do deserve it.
I definitely agree.
Let's see, what was I gonna say? I think I do still agree with that like push for LA Knight. I think he's definitely gonna be pushed more to the moon. I don't think he's gonna be winning any like the major like Royal Rumbles or Money in the Banks or stuff like that. But I do think there is still gonna be that like voice for LA Knight to get pushed from the majority of the people in the crowd and stuff like that. I think we're also gonna be kind of moving towards a direction of less Jey Uso. I see a lot of rumblings.
Seems like it might already be kind of.
It's already be kind of going on, but I think it's really going to start making its way into the effect in 2026. I think they're going to start. I don't think WWE is going to want to pull back on it, but it's just going to have so much overwhelming amount of voice from the people that it's just like they kind of have to at least acknowledge that in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Who do we think? Because we've heard. Like, obviously, today, as we're recording, today's John Cena's last match, as we're recording. We've been told AJ Styles will be retiring next year. So, who do we think is AJ's final opponent?
I've been seeing some rumblings on that, and there's one common answer that I really do like, especially if they push this man, which they need to push this man, Finn Balor. I think him and Finn Balor, I think there's a good amount of history there, and I think they're both incredible in the ring. And I think if you give them, like, at least 20 minutes, that could be match of the year right there.
Right. I will say, if he ends up getting called up, I'll say Javon Evans will be his final opponent. I feel like
that would be very fun.
Similar to maybe a Gunther situation here, where it's like a nod to the future and kind of passing the torch. I feel like Javon Evans, in a WWE sense, is the closest thing to AJ Styles we've got of like the innovative, high flying offense.
Right.
So I could see AJ being like, I'm gonna pass the torch to Javon Evans, and he'll be the new phenomenal one. So that'll be my prediction: is Javon Evans will be AJ Styles.
That would also be a banger of a match for sure.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really.
I mean, we're kind of gonna see it tonight in that tag match. So
that's true. We are gonna be seeing it. That's gonna be another.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think TNA is gonna. Well, it's kind of already making a little bit of a resurgence, but I think it's gonna be keep on like climbing with the resurgence, especially with their partnership with WWE. I think it's
and the
gonna
AMC deal too.
And the AMC deal, I think it's just gonna get more and more popular. Yeah. And I think that's gonna be very good for them. Same thing with AAA.
There's been the rumor that AJ will wrestle on one of the AMC shows. I'm hoping that happens, especially if this is his last year.
Right.
He's got. I mean, he technically already did go home with the appearance at I think Slammiversary.
Yeah.
But come on, you got to let him put the gear on and get in the ring, especially if he brings out the X Division gear like he did for the Cena match.
That'd be dope.
That would go crazy. So I would love to see that. Probably him versus Leon Slater, because that seems like when he showed up at Slammiversary, that's who he talked to. He's kind of wrestling him tonight. Yeah. So it seems like that would be, especially if he's still X Division champion. That's the belt that AJ made like famous. So
exactly.
That definitely could see like
sure,
the main event of the first AMC TNA show. That should definitely be the move. So hopefully that happens.
Absolutely. I know we were talking about Ethan Page a little bit more, and I want to get back to that because he's been having such a great year. Him and Chelsea Green, I think, have been, to be honest, one of the most entertaining parts of WWE for me across the board.
Right.
I really hope they keep going with that stuff because I think they're just striking gold with that.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely would like to see him get called up.
Yeah.
And do some more stuff. When it comes to the call-ups, is there anybody else you would add or take out of that?
The problem is that I just don't pay as much attention to NXT around this time. But a lot of the names you said, I do agree with. Sol Ruka, I think, needs to get called up. Trick Williams absolutely needs to get called up. I think I said last year, this man absolutely needs to get called up, and it still hasn't happened.
He's the NXT Super Senior. Him and JC Jane, man. They're the NXT
They've
Super
been
Seniors.
there for so long.
Yeah.
And fucking Tony D'Angelo, he's also been there for a hell of a long time, too.
So with him, they just changed his character. Like, he's no longer the mobster. He's got, like, some kind of, I guess, like, Drifter-esque kind of gimmick or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm like, clearly he's going to have some sort of run in NXT to get that over. But once they've finally established that character, I need this poor guy to get. He's a great worker.
Yes.
And stuff like that. And he was great. Like, obviously, the Tony D'Angelo thing was an NXT 2.0 product. You know what I'm saying? Very gimmicky and stuff. So I understand them killing it off, but even in that role, he killed it. I thought the
Yeah.
D'Angelo family stuff was great.
People enjoyed it. It was
Right.
fun. Yeah.
Same with like Chase U.
Yeah.
It's cheesy, but people really got behind Chase U, and I was very upset when they did the Rich Holland breakup stuff.
Right.
So I was like, man, that was a group that was over, and I feel like would have got over, even though it's corny, it would have got over on the main roster, and people would have loved them.
For sure.
Similar to a New Day thing, where it's like, yeah, they're corny and cheesy, but look how fun they are, and they're just having a good
everybody
time.
loves them. It's like
Right. They had such good energy and stuff like that, so yeah.
And Obafemi too. I think is something to go. Well, he and Cody had that promo last night that was really, really good. Right. I think he did a great job.
They're wrestling tonight, so we'll see.
I think
we're gonna see how protected both of them are. How much Triple H is gonna protect. Who's gonna be protected more? Is it gonna be your new John Cena, or is it gonna be your new Brock Lesnar?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see tonight. Yeah, man. Any others?
I
feel like when we talk about...
I want to throw in a fun one. Because I always like to throw in fun ones. I think Chad Gable's come back. I think him and Louis Kaiser are going to have some stuff with this El Grande Americano stuff. I think it's going to be very entertaining. And they're both very good in the ring, so it will lead to a good match itself.
Right.
But I think that'd be some fun stuff.
I want to go back to the call-ups. I said Lola Vice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's pretty ready. She hasn't done too much in NXT. She's gotten some good opportunities. She's had some big title matches and stuff like that. But I feel like she's at the point where she's ready.
Yeah.
And she's very marketable. She's obviously very attractive.
Yeah.
But in general, she's just marketable. Even to the kids. The kids, I feel like, would love her doing the dance and smiling and stuff like that. I feel like kids would love her. The guys and the girls are going to love her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody would love her. And I think she's ready enough that she definitely could get called up. And I could see her being in like a U.S. title kind of situation for sure.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So, the same with Sol Ruka. She's like the female Javon Evans at the point. She's way too athletic and high-flying and energetic to not call up. So I could definitely see her. She would look good with the IC title for sure. She would look good with the IC title.
For sure. We gotta talk about the Vision here.
Oh,
this is the big stuff right here.
I don't see no vision for the Vision.
You don't think there's much of a future for him?
I mean, I do. I just don't know if it's gonna be as a group.
Okay.
Obviously, Braun Breaker's gonna win the title.
Right.
I feel like Bronson Reed may win the IC title at some point, but I feel like it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna kind of split apart. I feel like Paul Heyman will stay with Braun Breaker, but I feel like Bronson Reed's gonna do his own thing. I don't see Logan Paul sticking around too often to stay in it. You know, he'll be around for a couple months, but I don't see him sticking around too often to be able to be an active contributing member to the group.
Right.
But we'll have to see because they're about to introduce a new member, whether that's Austin Theory or Montez Ford or Ricky Saints or whoever, all the people are talking about. I feel like it's Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Maybe we're wrong if they're introducing a new member. Maybe they've got a year's worth of plans for this group. Or we could see evolutions. Maybe Bronson Reed does leave, but Austin Theory's in there, so he kind of takes that spot. Or Logan Paul leaves, and Austin Theory takes that spot. Maybe they add in 6 months from now. Maybe Ricky Saints ends up coming up, and you know what I'm saying. So we'll have to see. So I don't want to say there's no future for the Vision, but I'm just very uncertain of it because it did. Even currently, it kind of seems like it's almost iffy, like a week-to-week basis of they look really great or they look really shitty. Right. There was a month ago, there was a period where it looked like they became the Judgment Day of like just being the heels that act tough and then get their ass beat every week.
Right. Which is funny because
going into, like,
they're
War
on
Games.
the same show as Judgment Day already, so
right.
it's just like multiplying at this point. But
yeah, going into War Games, it seemed like that was their path.
Yeah.
But they won, right? The War Games match?
Yeah, they won the War Games.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know where Triple H is going with it. It seems like it's a week-to-week thing.
Right.
And maybe Triple H doesn't know where he's going. So
just
I'm not
shooting the shit off the cuff.
Right, I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to say there's no vision for the Vision. But it's definitely, it seems like it's up in the air. We'll have to see what's going on with Seth Rollins when he's coming back. And I would imagine when he does come back, that's going to be his first feud is with Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed or Austin Theory or Logan Paul, one of those members. Really, it's with Paul Heyman, I would imagine. But Paul Heyman is the wrestler, so it's going to be some version of the wrestlers in that group feuding with him. We'll have to see maybe who takes Seth Rollins' side and stuff like that. Yeah. So we'll have to see.
And I just know that's a pretty big faction. Triple H likes his factions and stuff like that. So I think
big faction guy. I think Triple H watches a lot or used to watch a lot of New Japan. Because New Japan is all factions, man. So yeah. Trying to think what else.
God, I want to say faction breakup, but I don't care as much anymore.
Right.
We're so far past it at this point. It's like there's nothing there to even work with.
Right. Is there anybody that you? It's kind of hard because you don't pay attention to other stuff. So I'm like, is there anybody you think might come in?
That's
like,
a good question. Anybody, or even anybody that could go to like AEW or something like that. That could be another.
But I'm also like, I don't know whose contracts are.
That's another thing. Yeah, exactly.
We can't just be like Drew McIntyre. It's like, well, guys, he signed. He has like 3 years left.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of stuck there.
I'm not 100% sure.
But yeah.
I would like to see Elias Roman get signed. That's what I would like.
That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Great. Yeah,
that'd be
gotta
really
sign
good.
this kid to something.
That'd be really good. Javon Evans is. They announced his figure. Mm-hmm. Sorry, we're going off the cuff here real quick. They announced like his action figure, and I'm like, Elias, bro, you better tell him you need like 4 of those things because I'm gonna want one to keep open and one to keep in the box, and you're gonna need the same thing. You're gonna need like 4 of those things, bro.
Right? That's funny.
We'll have to see because I remember when the JC Jane figure was coming out. Troy was like, "I'm gonna make sure I get you one," and then I had to buy that on like Ringside Collectibles, and that one because I have 2.
Right.
I was like, I had to buy these on like Ringside Collectibles. I never ended up getting my free one.
Damn.
I was supposed to get that one signed by her. I saw her like once, like last year or whatever. Mm-hmm. Completely forgot to bring it with me.
Damn.
So I'm like, I have no clue when she's gonna sign that for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see too many transfers.
Oh, you know what I see happening. This is clearly in plain sight. Leon Slater is getting signed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when his deal is up, but the thing is, they'll just buy out his contract.
Right, yeah. They got the money for it.
Right. Because also, for those watching, Joe Hendry, this was like a month ago or whatever, they officially announced that he was signed. Mm-hmm. I was told he was signed like 4 months ago. Right. So they bought his contract out. They just waited to announce it now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for all we know, Leon Slater could actually already be signed. They could have already bought the contract. And they're letting him finish up in TNA, and then he's going to go straight to NXT. But
yeah, great. That'd be a great call for
he's
sure.
He's great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him in NXT. The stuff with Javon is awesome. So
I can see a good rivalry happening between the two.
Yeah, especially if Javon is the NXT champion.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be a really, really good.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to see that. So, all right. Any others before we wrap it up?
I mentioned the El Grande stuff. Wishing for the tag team.
What do we think is going on with Drew McIntyre this year?
Ooh,
because he's kind of not floundering, but he's kind of just coasting right now.
He really is kind of coasting.
He feuded with Cody there for a second. Now, who was he? He was feuding with Damian Priest or something for a second too. And now I don't know what he's doing. I haven't been paying that much attention. I feel like he's gone. I feel like he
might be gone. I don't know.
May have disappeared.
I don't know. It's hard to say because it's like obviously I want him to win like a world title or something like that, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be happening at any point in this next year.
Right.
But I don't know. We can see.
Yeah.
What are we going to think is going to be happening with Cody Rhodes over here with this undisputed championship?
Do we think he's losing it back to Roman? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't see it happening
because I just feel like how? Like, what are we going to do? It's going to be another 3-year run of Roman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like how, but it's also then it's just like, well, what's the point?
Right. If anything, because it's hard because Cody is so protected and he's been. I mean, obviously, he lost the title there for a little bit, but he's essentially been champion for like a year straight almost, and some change with WrestleMania 40. So it's been a while that he's had that title and been in contention for that title. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to say who's going to beat him and stuff like that. But I feel like if there's anybody that could be, because he's also kind of run through everybody. He's beaten Drew, he's beaten Seth, he's beaten Punk, he's kind of beaten the whole gambit here. So I'm like, if there's anybody that I feel like could win this title, and it's crazy, I feel like it could be Opa Femi. We don't, depending on tonight, what's going on, because it's non-title night, but I feel like this is a test to see how they work together and stuff like that. And I feel like if Cody conquers Roman again at 42, it really goes, who the fuck is beating this guy? Yeah. I feel like
Oba's a great choice.
Especially because it would be so shocking and it would be so jarring to see a guy get called up and like immediately, you know, like I'm saying, like called up and the first big pay-per-view he starts not win, but maybe he starts feuding with Cody, and by SummerSlam, Rumble, Mania, somewhere around there, he actually wins the title.
Right.
And so people be like, oh shit.
I honestly think it would be even more stunning if it's like their first match in
that
their
also
feud.
Could happen.
Would he picks up the title there? I think that'd be great for him. I think that's a great storyline right there.
I think that's what else do we do? He's beating everybody, especially again if he beats Roman again. It's like what do we do? So I feel like Opa Femi getting a call up and pretty much immediately going in and killing Cody, especially again with tonight. We'll have to see how tonight's match goes. But if Opa loses, again we don't know how long till he gets called up. but it's all part of the story. Even longer, if it however long it takes, you go, okay, if it's 6 months until he gets called up, you go, he's been festering for 6 months and stewing on the fact that he lost. So now, you know what I'm saying? So now he's ready. So when he faces Cody, he just absolutely kills him, wins that title.
He's phenomenal, man. I think he's going to have a great year for sure.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But, all right. I think that's kind of it. Unless you have anything else you want to
I don't really
throw
got
in
much
there.
anything left to add. Maybe Akira Tozawa will die by 6 tsunamis this year. We'll see.
We'll add it to wrap it up. What's a Royal Rumble surprise that we could predict?
Ooh.
Each. Not Jimmy Wang Yang. Give me a real.
Fuck. Can we add Jimmy Wang Yang anyways?
Right.
I'm gonna throw him in there. I'm always gonna throw him in there. Ooh. You know. I don't know when, like, because I know he's like technically injured and stuff like that. Because I don't know where he is on that path. But I think Chad Gable could be someone. I don't think it would be a major surprise because he's not like a big
like
name
legend
guy.
or,
Yeah. But I think he could come back in that capacity. Edge's contract is up, right? He could come back.
No, he's still an AEW.
He's still a native. Okay, never mind.
Looking at my display over here, I'm picking Jeff Hardy. That's my Royal Rumble.
Not El Generico.
No, or Jay White.
Jay White, yeah.
I would love if Jay White got out of whatever vortex he's been stuck in.
Yeah.
I think he might be injured right now.
That sucks.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's gonna be my Royal Rumble surprise.
Jeff Hardy.
Maybe both Hardy boys.
Both Hardy boys. Yeah, I was about to say.
But Jeff would be the one that everybody would really want to see.
That'd be the pop for sure.
So, yeah, that'll be my Royal Rumble surprise, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Probably. John Cena. He's gonna show up.
There you go.
Ruin his whole retirement.
I mean, on the women's side, looking at the thing, I could see Paige making a Royal Rumble return.
Is she not on AEW anymore?
She's been gone for like a year.
Really?
Yeah. She's just been.
Sorry.
I think there were rumblings that she might show up in this year's Rumble, but yeah, she's just been kind of doing like she has a podcast and things like that. She's just been kind of enjoying life. So I can see
that would be a dope return.
I can see that. That's one of my favorites, so I would be very happy.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Good choices.
You got any others?
No, not really. Oh, you know what I think? Not even Royal Rumble related, but I think Dominic Mysterio is going to finally put out Rey Mysterio. And
Holy glaze, dog! You've mentioned Dominic Mysterio like 8
he's
times.
great, man. He's had like the best year out of
He's
like
in there,
almost
too.
anybody.
He's
man.
in the ring over there too.
I think it's gonna happen. I think Ray's gonna be over this year.
All right.
I think he's retiring as well.
Okay.
And I think Dom's gonna put him out to pasture.
We'll end it there. We'll see. No, actually, I'll add one more thing. I think Ray is gonna win, especially with Dom having it. I think he's gonna win the AAA championship at some point. I don't believe he's ever had it, and that's such a big.
He does kind of need to win that one, yeah.
Right. Before he retires, so I think he could win it, and then he'll win it, and then their last match, maybe not for the title or whatever, but then the last match, Dom will finally get the win back.
He'll get the win back.
Right, but I think Ray with the AAA championship would be a nice little thank you,
fun, yeah.
A nice little kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know how long he's gonna be wrestling though, so we'll see. But I would like for him to win that title.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Let us know your 2026 wrestling predictions in the comments. Shout out to WNRN, our gracious podcast hosts. And we will see y'all next week.